excess radiation. They used it at Chernobyl, Fukushima, Hiroshima. It pulls out, the athletes use it because it pulls out lactic acid, so their muscles aren't sore the next day. And now that we're getting into the festive season, you're going to love this. One of the other toxins it pulls out, yes, is alcohol. It doesn't matter whether it's wine, beer, because your body converts alcohol to toxins. And so the chlorella identifies those toxins, and in an hour and a half, you are stone sober and you will never have a hangover. I know, it's crazy. So I have people saying, well, Leo, I'm going to go partying just so I can try this out. And, it's like, knock yourself out. I promise you it will work. And if it didn't work, you just didn't take enough. Okay. So here's this amazing thing that's, cleansing, it's pulling out toxins, and it still has 40 vitamins and minerals. It has the highest concentration of RNA and DNA in the world, which is important as you age, which gets your DNA gets damaged. So this helps correct the healthy growth of that. It also has something called chlorella growth factor. So you were mentioning, after childbirth or surgery or injury, this will help your cells grow back faster so that you heal you literally heal in half the time. Wow. It doesn't matter whether it's LASIK eye surgery, shoulder surgery. We've had, athletes test this out. It's amazing. And it also has the highest, the daily requirement of vitamin K2. Your listeners probably don't know about K2. And I could talk a little bit more about it, but almost everybody in North America is deficit of K2. It's related to K1, but it's completely different. What K2 does is it moves calcium out of soft tissue and puts it into your bones. So what are those soft tissues it moves them out of? It's your blood vessels, it's your brain, it's your skin, it's your organs. They're realizing arteriosclerosis, heart disease, half of it is because of your hardening of the arteries. Guess what's hardening it? Calcium. Alzheimer's, they're realizing, is partly caused by calcium buildup. The kidney stones are partly calcium buildup. Your skin collapses because the calcium attaches to the elastin, which is the structure that keeps your skin up. You also have collagen, but the elastin keeps it up. And then that collapses and that causes wrinkles. And so you've got to get rid of this calcium that's in the wrong places and move it into your bones, because if your listeners are mostly women, 80 to 90% of osteoporosis cases are women. Yes. And you've got to get the calcium into our bones and out of the places where it's doing damage. And the only food sources of K2 are grass-fed animal protein or algae, particularly chlorella. You can get, and I have the lab test to prove it's we have the daily requirement of K2. You can also buy K2 supplements, but they are made from fermented chickpeas. And the type of K2 that's in the supplements is a type that the brain cannot absorb. K2 is a very complicated vitamin. But anyways, the bottom line you need to know is that the daily requirement of K2 is in the chlorella. You get a little bit in spirulina, but mostly the chlorella. So we call our chlorella recovery bits because it helps you recover from your day. You recover from your workout. You recover from an injury. You recover from drinking. We are surrounded by so many toxins. 80,000 chemicals have been released into our world since World War II. And our immune systems were not built to support that amount of toxic load. Maybe a little bit here, a little bit there. But it's the food that we're eating, the air that we're breathing, the toxins in our carpeting, our cosmetics, and they just accumulate. And everybody should be taking chlorella every single day. If I had to choose between the two of them, and that's why we'll talk about what your listeners' needs are, but everybody is burdened with toxins. Babies are being born and they already have, PCBs in them. It's disgusting. Yeah. So chlorella is what you need to remove the toxins. It will not give you energy, but it will help you recover your health and protect your health. I say taking it every day is like giving your body a shower from the inside. We shower on the outside. We need to shower on the inside as well.
And you talked about using them together. So since chlorella is such a great binder, I know that when I have clients that are going through detoxing protocols that we're very careful about when they're having their supplements so they don't carry them all out. And so because these are in the same family, they're both algae, it's not removing. This is something that you have, people take it together, or do you take them out?
Yeah. Oh, you can take, well, in fact, we even have a product called Vitality Bits, which is 50% spirulina, 50% chlorella. And we did that because some people, if you have a predictable life and you just want to simplify, because here's the other thing, there's 40 vitamins and minerals in each of the algae. They do different things, but they're in that. So they're a replacement for your daily vitamin. Spirulina would replace your fish oil. Nice. Where do you think the fish get the omega-3 from? They get it from microalgae. So and there's so much demand for fish oil, it's causing dead zones in the ocean. And by the way, all that fish oil goes rancid after 30 days. So it's not as healthy as you think. So why not go to the original source of the omega-3, which is the microalgae, particularly spirulina. Chlorella doesn't have as much, so I wouldn't recommend it. So let's knock them down. We don't need a multivitamin anymore. You don't need a fish oil. You certainly don't need calcium, magnesium, or potassium. You probably don't need CoQ10 because, again, there's all these other nutrients that are facilitating brain health. So there's 5 right there. And also because spirulina satisfies your hunger, it replaces, maybe your protein bar or your workout fuel or so it's really what I call efficient nutrition. So most people take the spirulina in the morning or in the afternoon before a workout, anytime they need focus. We have, everyone from brain surgeons to truck drivers using this stuff. Right. And then, but you can take it any time of day. It does not give you that rush. Remember, I just said it just makes you feel fresh. Some people even take it before going to bed because it just satisfies their hunger enough that they can go to sleep. And then most people take chlorella either after a workout or after drinking or after at the end of the day, because also chlorella, I didn't mention, but it has the highest concentration of tryptophan, which is a precursor to melatonin, and melatonin helps you sleep. Now, it won't make you sleepy, but it will just facilitate the brain waves to sort of calm down a little bit. I personally love the chlorella. So I have it for breakfast. I have it for snacks. I put it on my salads as a garnish. I have it with macadamia nuts, almonds. I have it all day long. You can have them individually or together. And the only thing I would say is regarding medication, because chlorella it will detect medications probably as a toxin. Just take the chlorella 2 hours away from any medications. Okay. Spirulina you don't have to worry about because it's not a detoxer, it's just a cleanser. But I will point out, and we're not medically trained, and we're not allowed to say it will change or cure anything. Right. But we have found that after, just because people sometimes they were on a trip and they forgot their medications, so they were just doubling up on the algae, the spirulina, chlorella. We've had people get off their depression medication, off their allergy medication, off their arthritis medication. So we're not saying go cold turkey, but start taking it and just observe how you're feeling it. And when appropriate, with consultation with your medical professional, decide if you can get yourself off any medications. I take nothing except algae. I don't take vitamins. I will say, however, that there is not any vitamin C in either of the algae. So you want to be sure you're either getting some fruit or fruit juice or taking a supplement for the vitamin C. And there's also no iodine.
Right, and it sounds like it is nutrient dense in and of itself, but it sounds like there's a lot of cofactors, you help your body naturally do what it's designed to do.
Exactly.
Amazing. It's not uncommon for my new clients because they're so nutrient deficient when they start working with me, and I'm trying to get them the energy and I'm trying to teach them new things with food, that they are walking out with, liver detoxifiers. They're walking out with hydrochloric acid so that they can break down their proteins better. They're walking out with, multivitamins or specific vitamins for them and blood sugar control. And, so just different supplements. And this really, when I was listening to you on that other podcast, I thought this could be extremely economical, you know, and not a way, because I hear it every single day. Well, Randy, I don't like to take pills because they're associating, you know, maybe like I take very high amounts of the omegas because of wanting to reduce my body's, you know, inflammation level. And I don't take the immunosuppressants and corticosteroids and everything that my rheumatologist wants me to take. So they're like, I don't like taking pills. So even though they're taking supplements and we lay them out which one is for what,
right,
still that association that they're taking pills. And so I love that you can use this food as food, and they can down them, you know, if they want, or I love that you can use them as snacks and sprinkle on salads and whatever, because it's food. That is phenomenal to me, and that it can replace a lot of the costly supplements that are typically between $150 to $300 almost a month for the first 3 months for a lot of my clients.
Yeah. Well, the trouble with supplements is that they're made from extracts and they're processed.
Right.
And so your body doesn't recognize a lot of them, and you only absorb a portion of them. And the way I explain it is that vitamin C, just as an example, I think there's 222 components to vitamin C, because there's factors, cofactors, and enzymes and coenzymes. And ascorbic acid is one component, but that's what's used in all the vitamins. So the way I explain it to my young millennials, I say, well, that's the equivalent of going to work with just your shoes on. Like, where's the rest of the stuff, right? Where's the top? Where's the pants?
Right.
So your body's doing the same thing. You're giving it ascorbic acid, and it's going like, well, where's the rest of the stuff?
Sure.
Food, the difference with food and supplements might be like a soloist. Food is like an orchestra. Yeah. And so when you you can't separate all of the single nutrients because when they work together, there's a sound that just can't be replicated individually. And so there's so many more benefits to food, but the problem with our food is that the soils are so monocropped, there's no nutrients left in them, or we're growing them in countries so far away that they're being harvested before they're actually completely fully grown, so we don't get as much nutrients, and then they're stored for months or weeks or months, and then they're frozen or not or whatever. And so I had a slide when I gave my lectures that basically, you know, showed how all the nutrients, like boom, 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 but like you basically end up with nothing. You're getting fiber, but not nutrients.
Right.
How are you supposed to give your body the fuel that it needs to either recover from an illness or protect you from one? Sure. And I think algae is our last shot at that, because it has so many nutrients. I can hardly wait till we're bigger and we can do our own clinical trials to show the synergy that works, why some of these phytonutrients that we don't even know about are doing such amazing things. That's why I was so motivated to find out why this stuff works so much. When I got questioned at these triathlon, I was like, well, I don't know, but I'll find out. And I did find out. And there's about 15 or 16 reasons that I'm currently aware of why it gives you energy. And I can, talk to you about some of those. But it is so much better to get your nutrients from food. But then on the other hand, you don't want to eat so much that you gain weight from trying to get the nutrients.
Right.
And you know, who's got the time, right? So that's why algae is that fast, simple, safe, nutrient-dense solution that you don't have to do anything to other than open your mouth.
and I love that. And I love how gentle they are.
Yeah.
You graciously sent me like sample packets and everything. And I totally loved it. And for my listeners out there, I'm setting up my shop so you can just order through me and we'll have all that. Nice. And I'm so excited to introduce, we live in the mountains here. And so we, in the Sierras, we're kind of a naturally outdoorsy group of people typically, and the fresh air and we get congested in the cities. We come back from San Francisco or the Bay and we're like, I got to get out of here. And my middle son, who's 23, he calls it high elevation sickness. He needs to get back to the high elevation or he's going to get sick.
Funny.
Climber. Yeah, he's a climber. Yeah. And these are some of the beautiful things that I love about your product is that it's packaged so beautifully as a food that can be eaten as a food and not a supplement. You can bring it anywhere and know that you're doing something not only good for your body, but also good for the planet. Because
Yeah.
I know that with all of the supplements that I use and I promote and I work with companies that are amazing quality, you know, sometimes people just have reactions to them, you know, or they're